Hi, babe. Welcome to the Horror Babe Show. I'm your host, Chelsea Beller. Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are back to infect our screens once again. This time, they're not going after our jugulars. Oh no. They're going after our hearts. Let's review 28 years later. Before we get into that, here's a spooky reminder that you can support the show with a donation to PayPal. That's right, I'm on PayPal. You can find it in the description. Yeah, you know, where things usually are. And you can become a Patreon member and get early and bonus content. Also, I have a merch shop. Yes, I know, it seems like everyone has one, and so do I. You can find all of these links in the description below. Thanks, babe. Really quick, I can't adjust the camera from here, but I just want you to know that there is a cat here. Just like literally right here on my desk. I will take a picture, actually, because it's too good. He's just literally right here. What are you doing, little guy? He's not little. He's big. He's a big orange cat. And he decided, you know what? Since you're going to record, I'm going to be here with you. I think he knew that I am doing this for the second time. Yeah. This is my second time. See, you can see a tail if you're watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see a tail right here. This is my second time recording this because the first time I wasn't happy with it. The lighting was bad and I just wasn't really here. I thank you for petting me with your tail. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can you have just, okay, hands to yourself. I received news that a family friend passed away. And this is the second family friend to pass away in less than 2 months for me. You know, that's hard. It's hard to take in because both of these friends were friends of my mom, who is like absolutely healthy and alive and kicking, but you know, being human is the pits, isn't it? It just really is. So I wanted this video to come out on the day I'm recording this today, June 25th, but alas, it didn't, and that's okay. I'm trying to remind myself, especially in times like this, sorry, I keep petting my cat, he's just right here. I keep reminding myself in times like this to slow down and to just try to stay present, which is hard. Deep sigh. It's hard. It's hard to do all of those things. It's hard to be human sometimes. But what keeps me going is knowing that there are so many of you out there who have subscribed to me, who are watching this right now, who are enjoying my content, and that makes me really happy, and that keeps me going for sure. And on that note, I want to say there are like 200 more of you from my Sinners review, and I want to say welcome. Welcome to the Horror Babe Show and the Horror Babe community. Thank you so much for being here. It's wild, and I'm sure that number will continue to grow because the number of views for my Sinners review continue to grow. It's just like absolutely wild. I did something right with that video, and it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy to see all of you and read your comments and so many likes and all of that. It just it warms my heart. It makes me feel like you know, like I'm doing something right, that I'm building a community, and I'm so grateful for all of you. If you are watching this, if you've subscribed, if you've liked, if you've commented, just, I want you to know, consider yourself part of the Horror Babe community. So thank you. Thank you so much. But you know what? On that note, let's get into the video. Let's talk about 28 years later. So in preparation for 28 years later, I watched 28 days later, rewatched, and I watched 28 weeks later. You do not need to rewatch those. I just did that to kind of refresh my memory. It'd been a while. It would be helpful if you've seen them before, but there's nothing directly from either of those films that will be referenced in this film that, like, there was nothing that I was like, oh, I'm glad I watched those, like, days before. So I just want to preface that. Also, I want to say, I am trying to keep this review spoiler light. So there's no like hard spoilers, but there might be some light spoiling. So if you don't want like anything about it spoiled at all, go watch 28 years later and then come back. If you've already seen it, then we're good, obviously. Side note, if you hear just the lightest bit of snoring, it's my cat. He's doing an ever so light whistle with his nose. With his nose. And it's providing some really great ASMR. So I actually hope you can hear it. 28 Years Later is a 2025 post-apocalyptic horror film produced and directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland. Danny Boyle has confirmed, I believe he said there are 2 more movies after this. There's one for sure next year, potentially next January, which seems crazy, but like, I'll take it. The next film is called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. And I'm not sure if the one after that has been like confirmed yet. So don't quote me on that. Keep that in mind when you watch 28 Years Later. It's essentially part 1 of 2, maybe even part 1 of 3. So just keep that in mind. Spoiler, there isn't a full stop resolution, essentially. This movie has received mixed reviews. Some seem to either hate it or love it. Let's get into it. A boy named Spike tries to help his mother get medical help from the mainland, and the mainland is filled with the infected. The mainland has been quarantined, and they live on an island just off the mainland. So he comes from this little island, and I looked it up. I think it's called the Holy Land. What was it? Lindisfarne. I said that wrong. It's called Lindisfarne, also known as Holy Island. And I kind of like that it's called Holy Island. I don't know, there's something a little bit poetic about that. Lindisfarne. Spike and his family live on a little island just off of the mainland, and they're essentially living off the land there. There's like nothing. There's no doctors, no military, just farming and conserving water. Navigating to the mainland opens Spike's eyes. He goes 3 times in this movie. The first time he goes to the mainland, he goes with his father. And this very much resembles what only I can imagine a father-son hunt looks like. They are, in fact, going to the mainland to hunt the infected. It feels very much like a quintessential man takes boy to hunt experience. I wouldn't know. I just wouldn't know for many reasons. But that's what it looks like to me. The second time he travels there, he goes with his mother. He learns and experiences more than he bargained for. He learns compassion, he learns kindness, he learns grief. So already you can see the differences between what a child learns from their father, let's say stereotypically, and what a child learns from their mother. And then he goes a third time by himself. Now, this we haven't fully seen because this was basically at the end of the movie. But I imagine he's going to learn even more. This is very much a coming of age film, which is funny because it's a zombie movie, but that is really what it is. And it's fascinating because he's 12. He's right there where you would be coming of age. That's as much as I want to describe the film. I don't want to describe it any more than that. Just in case that was spoilery enough for everybody. Now we're just going to go straight into the review. I don't think I've seen anything like this before. This was a film unique to itself for me, which is funny because it's the third in the franchise. It had a similar tone to the first one, for sure. But the tone veers kind of off the beaten path, if you will. It's fascinating. I can see why people aren't keen on this film, and I think it's because of the tone specifically. At least that's what I've read. You're supposed to have like an overarching tone, I guess. And to me, this film does have that. It's just a little different than what we've seen before. For an example, in the beginning, when the father and son are traversing to the mainland, they're going across this beautiful, scenic path that at low tide is high enough for them to walk across. And so they're walking across this strip of land. There's ocean on either side. There's lush green landscapes. Like, it's truly beautiful. As they're going across and kind of casually talking as father and son and cracking jokes with each other, that scene is also intercut with what looks like war footage, but kind of like almost a montage. And there's also this music over the whole scene, and it's kind of like chanty war music, if you can imagine that. It was in the trailer, and to me, maybe it was just because we were just getting into the film, but that scene in particular didn't quite hit for me. I was confused what I was supposed to feel. I thought this scene was very artistic, very creatively done. I loved the quick like snapshots of the past that you're seeing, but it just didn't quite fit. I felt like maybe if the father and son were more serious, if the main scene that we're following, if that alone was more like they're marching off to war, then maybe it would have felt more cohesive, but it just didn't quite work for me. But that was the only part, really, that I had any kind of issue with. The rest of the film, I absolutely loved. Once you move past that, I think the rest of the movie is done beautifully. It ebbs and flows. Alex is an incredible writer, and that's a given. But I think his writing was really showcased in this. He really knows how to ease the tension with some jokes from a Swedish Navy man. And he knows how to rattle your cages with a speech that hits so hard that you start sobbing in the theater. Yes, I was sobbing in the theater amidst other people. And let me tell you, I am a private crier. I am strictly a cry in the shower girl where there's no one around. No one around for miles. There is no one for miles as far as I'm concerned. But here I was, just sobbing. If you haven't seen it yet, get ready. Bring tissues. I personally, I didn't even have sleeves, if you know what I mean, to wipe your tears, not your nose. Never not on your clothing. That's disgusting. Why would you insinuate that? There was some really incredible writing. I'm certainly not discrediting Danny Boyle either, because he did a fantastic job of directing this, of producing this. Like, you can tell that so much of their dynamic is just coming across the screen. I think they're a phenomenal duo. I think they do amazing things. I think they're kind of creating this new tone that, like, other films are going to try to emulate, you know? But let's also talk about the performances. There are impeccable performances, especially Jodie Comer, who plays the protagonist's mother, Spike's mother. She does an amazing job. Spike, our lead, played by Alfie Williams. Oh my God. He's a child, but he made me cry, and he just does such an amazing performance, and I'm so excited to see where he goes from here in the next movie, in his career. I mean, what is going on with these young, less experienced actors popping up in these horror films, making me cry? I'm looking at you, Miles Caton. Why? You guys are just popping out of the woodwork and being, like, so supremely talented. Like, what? Overall, if you're not totally swept up in the story or the not so subtle commentary, you'll be taken away by the scenery and the music, for sure. I give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. I'm extremely looking forward to the next one. I did not expect to feel such a range of emotions watching this. I expected to be scared, and really that's it. I was like, we're gonna go see a horror movie about zombies. That's it. I was no use to anyone for the rest of the day. I had to go hide in a hole and just continue to cry. I'm making this sound like it's depressing. It's just the one scene toward the end that's depressing. The rest of the film is just so well done. And I really encourage anyone to go watch it. It's so fun. At the very least, go enjoy all of their delicious accents. Tell me what you think. I really want to know. I really want to know what other people think about this. If it's really just the tone for you, or if there was something that I'm missing that you just really didn't like. Like, I want to know. I want to know what you guys think about this. So, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. Yes, my cat has been here the whole time. Well, I'm trying to get his tail. That's his little... He's pretending to sleep. I don't know. What are you doing? He doesn't know. All right. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and the Letterboxd to see what I'm watching and what I'm rating. Bye, babe. Little tail.